Hi, I'm Chris Bou Saeed with CBS Law. As the defense attorney who's handled a number of student misconduct cases across the country, I get a lot of calls from worried parents whose son or daughters received a letter from their university stating that an investigation has been opened against their daughter or son. So, what I'd like to do is go over what these student misconduct investigations consist of, what are some potential consequences of them, and what are some concrete steps you can do to protect your son or daughter if they find themselves in such a situation. First, every university has something called a student conduct code. This code consists of various rules and regulations that govern student behavior. When the student is alleged to have violated that student conduct code, the university then opens up such an investigation. Generally, these investigations fall into three broad categories. First, academic dishonesty. Second would be student misconduct related to violence, threats, or property damage. Or third, if it's sexual in nature, i.e., rape, sexual harassment, or sexual assault, they'll title it a Title IX investigation. This investigation will be assigned to a university staff member, generally not a lawyer and certainly not a judge. This staff member, like an associated dean, will seek to interview all the participants. Second, they'll also determine whether any emergency or interim measures have to be immediately taken. Such measures can include removal of the student from campus or immediate suspension from even being able to continue with their studies. Generally, in my experience, the first thing the assigned investigator will do is seek to interview the accused. This is extremely important. Anything the accused says in this initial interview can and will be used against them later on. Therefore, it is extremely important that once your child receives such a letter, you get competent counsel who has experience handling these types of cases. Because I can't tell you how many times I've been hired after the fact, and we have to try to undo so many things that were needlessly said in that initial interview. After the initial interview takes place, the associate dean will generally write a report or refer the matter to a panel for a full-blown hearing. These hearings are not conducted by judges. They don't involve the police, though they can, and they're certainly not involving any attorneys. In the administrative hearing involving these three non-attorney panelists, they're going to look at the initial statements made, the collection of any evidence, and then they're also going to question the witnesses regarding what happened. Then they will write a report and assign it over to the associated dean with a recommendation about whether they believe it's more likely or not that a student conduct code violation took place. If the associate dean agrees, they will then impose a sanction. Those sanctions can involve academic probation, deferred suspension, suspension, and even expulsion. In my experience, it is critically important that families hire competent counsel right away who has experience handling these cases. One, to prevent their child from making any statements or providing any documents that could be used against them. Also, to explore all the opportunities to try to persuade the university that it is not more likely that the student violated the student conduct code. That would involve interviewing witnesses, collecting evidence, and putting forth the most vibrant and effective defense possible. Also, an attorney can help explore alternative measures short of finding a violation of the student conduct code that resolves the issue while preserving your child's academic profile and record without any finding of wrongdoing or admission of wrongdoing. So, in closing, if your son or daughter has received such a letter from their university, call me at 213-800-8005. We'll discuss the facts and circumstances surrounding the letter, go over your options, and figure out how to put together a defense that's going to protect your loved ones academic and professional record moving forward.